Desire on the beat.
True to God in peace in war times. I got back with another reading. I guess we could call this famous religious people type of reading. So I just been busy thinking about what other topics can we talk about. And I think I'm ready to begin. All right, so we're going to start with this question here first. And that question will be, was Muhammad of the Quran of Saudi Arabia, was he a prophet? What we call Ahmad. Was Prophet Muhammad a prophet? First of all, let's see what comes out. Would he be in the line of the other prophets? Was Muhammad a prophet?
Desire on the beat.
Alright, so okay, got 2 more popped out. We'll get into that in a moment. Go to another deck just to see what comes out. Okay, we got one of these. Second one popped out. Just in case. Alright. Another one popped out. So we're gonna get 9. Just to see what's going on. Don't mean I have to get to all of them, but let's just see.
Desire on the beat.
Let's pop down. 2 popped out. We get 1 more. Whoa. Thanks. All right. So let's see what we got. So we got the Nunavut Tarot card come out first. Alright, this one here is the Jutah in the reverse. Alright, hold on 1 second. have, this is the Justice card. Also at noon, the planet Jupiter is also known as Allah, but it's in reverse. So King of the bottom half, 6 ether, 9 ether generator. Judge, judgment, rules, Armageddon, justice, balance, mind, Libra, fairness, moral structure, foundation, law and order, equality based on each race's nature, punishment, liberty, happiness, knowledge, honor, plenty, expansion, luck, travel, innocence, word, respect, mental resurrection, higher learning, expansion, abundance, fortune, and charity. So it came in reverse. So it'd be all of the negative stuff. So, the opposite of justice is injustice. 6 ether deals with deception and lies. We got morals, which that topic is when they talk about Muhammad's moral character as far as with Aisha and all that in the marriage, that would be considered immoral. Also, they people killed with the sword when they were spreading Islam, just like most religions did that. The opposites of innocence is guilty and all that. So before I jump to it, all right, so we're gonna just keep it moving just to see how this play out. Now the next card is the brain of the universe card in reverse, and the zodiac version of that is Virgo.
Desire to be.
So it's the brain in reverse. It says in reverse, it's descending reasoning, animal instincts, ignorance. Look at that, low morals, negative brain matter. So you look at it again. Remember, the other ones had morals, which we know that according to the stories written about Muhammad in the Hadith and all that, the morals, there's a problem there. So if you look at the bottom, you can see it. Ignorance and low morals. So now we got Jutah in the reverse, and that could symbolize a no. Now the second one is about the symbol of the second card, the brain card, when it's in the upright. It's in the reverse is the Virgo. Virgo is another where you get the word virgin from. So we now is speaking about two things, because I'm asking about, is he a prophet or was he a prophet? So it looks like it appears like it's shaky on that. And then the Virgo came in, and we know that Aisha, they say, was 6 years old when he married her, and then 9 years old when he consummated, which would make her a virgin according to the story. But we're not finished. Now the second card we got pulling to the left is Marcus Garvey. All right, and he's to the left, and that's a challenge. All right, so we know that Garvey, True Peace Garvey was popping in, and True Peace to Jutah, and True Peace to the brain constellation known as the Virgo constellation at this time. And we know that if you look at this picture, Garvey is basically dressed up in his general apparel or leadership apparel. So this is a confirmation. We're talking about somebody who is the leader, or who was a leader of Muslims at the time he was in physical form, according to their story. So this here is a leadership position, but it's in the negative as a challenge. So now that means it's his how should I say, his status is being challenged. All right, so we got basically 3 negative cards, or cards that pulled up in the negative. All right, so now we're going to another deck, And this is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. All right, so now we have, remember the Pentacles represents foundation, earth, money, and stuff like that. But here you see it's the poverty card, but it was in reverse. All right, the Five of Pentacles. So in reverse, it means improvement in finances, luck, end of hardship, positive change. All right, so this one appears to be, as far as its definition, is not on key because it's not about money, what we're talking about. But when you look at it, it talks about, the pictures have two people that are very poor, but that's finna change. All right, so this can also be in reference to how he started. He was not rich, and as time went on, he became had a better footing in society. All right, so basically, because how he started out, his parents or his folks was, according to the story, travelers and stuff like that. All right, so now we got, and the powers of this is Taurus and Mercury on this card. So now we got the Magician in the reverse. All right. So the Magician in the reverse means manipulation, cunning, trickery, wasted talent, illusion, and deception. Now, some of the hadith that I read before said that when he was in the mountain, allegedly, praying or whatever, the angel Gabriel came to him and said he was a prophet. Then he said he told him some things, and he ran down out of the mountain to his Christian wife and her Christian uncle and told them what happened. So they, people say a lot of them people didn't really believe him and stuff like that. Then in other cases, they say whatever the angel Gabriel would, even when he was telling, according to the Quran, his experience, they would say, "Oh, you was crazy, delusional, you being tricked by a demon," or they call it the jinn, stuff like that. So we still on point. All right. I think they accuse him of magic as well. So again, when the Magician's in reverse, that's more of negative manipulation versus the Magician in the upright, which is positive manipulation, when you're trying to create things for the better. Next, we got isolation in the reverse. And this is, I think, the Eight of Swords in reverse. All right, and up here you see the symbol of Jupiter again, Jutah, and in reverse. All right, and you see the person with swords in the ground, and they wrapped up and tied up with a blindfold on. All right, swords represent thoughts and stuff like that in the tarot. Now here it says escape, freedom, release, finding solution, options, relief, taking control. So this is like a trap card, and a lot of people are trapped in religion in general because religion is a spell. And this is how I was able to control people and have them overlook all of the evil that was done in the name of religion. Because spirits exist in these religions that do positive, and that's how the people ignore the negative history that's written in their own books. All right, so now we have here is the Four of Pentacles, and there's a lot of reverses here. So far, this is the Four of Pentacles. I'm showing you upright first. All right, so it came up in the reverse. I'm in the third deck now. So this says, guard your possession. Someone may be trying to separate you from your money. Possible theft or embezzlement lack of control over events and circumstances, change swirls around you, and will happen whether you like it or not. Poor choices for a promotion. Someone may cheat you out of a payment for services. So once again, this is like a thieving card, and it deals with money. Religion does take from its followers, and we see and hear about this all of the time. So if the religion is a spell and it causes people to commit all kind of crimes, stealing is another one. And there's no real accountability held to these people in religion in a way that is fair. Like if they live in a modern place, the worst they may get is a fine. They may do some jail time, but for having something that should be happen every time it happens across the board, most modern countries, they're not going to do things that make people don't want to do it. That's why people become criminals and career criminals and go into religion and all types of stuff in these capitalistic countries, because it takes a lot for the government to step in and they'll get you after the fact. They don't have things where they try to stop you as quick as they try to go after the little people. But other folks, we see this time and time again. It's not like it's a lie. Okay, now we got the King of Wands in the upright. All right, we are talking about a male. And it says, denounce a handsome, charismatic, and bold man over 40. I think they said Muhammad became a prophet at 40, who has a commanding presence and strong convictions, strong leadership skills, attracts attention wherever he goes, takes action and gets results. An innovative, creative man who is open to new concepts. All right, so we're talking about a man that was in a leadership position, and we had Ace of Swords in the upright. They represent new beginnings, which they said that, Islam was new. They said an excellent time to work at intellectual projects. A breakthrough is possible. Your life's mission or career direction will become clear. The ability to preserve will be crucial during this period. Decisions should be guided by what is just, true, and honorable. Think of problems as opportunities for change. So you have a sword again, and the sword is used to cut through lies. Also, they had swords in Muhammad's time. So what I'm seeing from here, that this doesn't support the prophet thing. What it does support is that he existed and he had a leadership position. And again, based off of my outside experience, even before I got the tarot, that if you look at the Quran is a watered down version of the books in the Bible, certain books. Also is a quote out of the book of Enoch that's in the Quran. And I did a video like that on my BitChute, and I may put this video on my YouTube. So there was a man, and he did teach people, but here it's saying he started off poor. That's what you got the Five of Pentacles from. Let me start off. We got the Jupiter card of justice in the reverse. All right, so that means no, and it was injustice. Then the brain card came up in reverse, so that means it's descending reasoning, right? Because people believe in that. And then the Garvey came as a confirmation because Marcus Garvey passed. And Muhammad is also deceased. But it was in a challenging position. So he had a challenge trying to come up to be a leader. And when he came up, he was poor. He didn't have no money when he started out. He didn't have no prestige, and all that came later. But then you got the magician in the reverse, so it was manipulation. Okay, that means that he used religion under the again, according to some of the writings that the Catholic or the Pope them had something to do with. I forgot the Pope at that time wanted to keep control of the trade route through Mecca. So the Catholic Church had something to do with Islam being brought in, and actually got a chapter called Mary, which is the longest chapter in the Quran. That's to give Christians, for the most part, more favorable conditions while they was in there. And that's what they wanted to do, control those people in Mecca. So it made, even though it has disparaging things in about Christians and Jews, but it still talks favor, especially about Jesus. So they did that so they could have that in as a backup, even though the Quran speaks about or against certain things that modern Christians believe in. This appears to be a person who, like many people today, started out and they go to religion and get paid. And that's what this seemed like to be. You got the 4 pentacles that was in reverse. And you can see this is money. This is a man holding pentacles. But it was in reverse because how he got money and all that was kind of like they was thugging out there riding around on those horses around Saudi Arabia and stuff and spreading Islam. And it's stories where they said, I know they read one story where they told them they gave the people to sunrise. And I think he said, one of the stores said they didn't hear them making the adhan or the call of prayer from that town, that they was gonna run down in there and take people out. And they have something called zakat, which is charity, but of course, when you spread your belief system and you convert people, whether it's by positive or negative, so does the money and everything start to flow toward this direction. So that's what this is talking about. All right, ill-gotten gains. And he ended up becoming that leader that he wanted to be. And he had a new beginning because it was a new religion. No matter what they try to say, Islam is the oldest religion. That's a lie. You can't find Islam prior to Muhammad. And that's a lie that the Nation of Islam too says, that Islam is older than the sun, moon, and the stars. There's nothing, a religion cannot be older than the stars. The stars are the first. They are the oldest. There's no such thing. That's just stuff that people say out of their mouths and it makes no sense. All right, we're going to come back with another part that I wanted to do. All right, so basically it's saying he wasn't a prophet, but he carried himself as a prophet. All right, so, and he got what like people do now. They start up cults years ago and they get bigger. Look at the Hebrew Israelites, look at the Nation of Islam, look at the 5%ers and other groups that are not black. And the Raelians, the Scientologies, there's so many out there. The Mormons, they started out small, but was given enough time, they was able to bloom bigger than a few dozen people or so. All right, so we'll be back with another part. Too many call peace in wartime.